Hello guys, welcome back. In this section, we are going to discuss about if else and nested if else loops. So without any further delay, let's get started. Open your new file, and in this lecture, if loop, we'll discuss about if loop first, and then if else loop, and then nested if else loops. Okay, nested if else loops. So the syntax, what is the syntax of if else loop? Syntax. Okay, what are we going to do? The syntax is if, and we need to write a condition, and if this condition is true, the statement uh, the statement will be executed. For example, if we write a printf statement here, the printf statement will be executed. Okay, next is if else loop. If, and we are going to write a condition. Let me, if condition, and the condition will be executed. If the condition is true, the statement will be executed. For example, if I write any printf statement, this printf statement will be executed. Else, the statement in, if the condition is false in if statement, the else statement will be executed. Simply, that's it. And what is nested if else? Right, the last thing is nested if else. The syntax for nested if else is, we are going to write an if statement, and inside the if statement we are going to write another if statement. Okay, if the condition is true, if the condition is true, then it will go inside and check the another if case. If the condition is also true for this if, then there will be a statement executed. Let it be printf something, printf. Okay, and else another statement will be printed here, printf. And the outer if loop is false, then it will come to else loop here. Okay, simple. What is inside this if loop? Else loop, to print some value. That's it. I'm going to close this. Yeah, see, what is an if loop? We write the if statement and write a condition. If the condition in this if statement is true, then the value will be printed. Okay, what is if else? A condition will be given to if statement. If the condition is true, then this statement will execute, else this statement will execute. What is nested if else loops? Okay, nested if else loops is nothing but, if this condition is true, it will go inside the loop. Okay, if the condition is false, it comes to else loop. If the condition is true, it goes inside the loop. And if the condition inside the if loop is true, then this statement will be executed, else this statement will be executed. Don't worry, we'll get to know more clearly about this now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write an stdio.h, and then I'm going to write a main function. Okay, main method, and inside the main method I'm going to declare a variable with int x equals 120, let it be. Okay, so if x greater than 100, okay, see, int main, int x equals 120. If x greater than 100, what will happen? Print x is greater than 100. Okay, so what happens to this program? We have declared this x as 120 and the condition here is x greater than 100. Is x greater than 100? Yes, it's true. If it's true, it will go into the if loop and print whatever we write inside this. Okay, x is greater than 100. If we try to execute this, what happens? First let me name it as if else. Enter. Okay, so x is greater than 100. So what is if else loop? If x is not greater than 100, else what we print? X is less than 100, isn't it? If x is not greater than 100, it means x is less than 100, right? If we take here, okay, let us execute this again. Yeah, x is greater than 100 because the x is greater than 100 because the x value is 120. And what if we give 80 here and then try to execute? X is less than 100 because the x value is less than 100. So this is basically the if else loop. Okay, so what is the nested if else loop? All right, if x less than 100, what we print? X is less than 100. And we'll write another if loop here. What if x greater than 50? So x is, so I'll try to print x is what is this? Greater than 50 and less than 100. Okay, else what we print here? Printf x is greater than, so no, else x is less than 50 as well as 100. Okay, else x is greater than 100. So guys, please understand this. I had written a if loop, and if x is less than 100, it will go inside this loop. Okay, if x is greater than 100, it will go to else loop. X is greater than 100, it will print. If x is less than 100, it will print x is less than 100, and it again checks if the given x is greater than 50 or not. If it is greater than 50, if greater than 50 is true, then printf x is greater than 50 and less than 100. This statement will be printed. Else if x is less than 50, then this statement will be printed. Okay, so see guys, if I take the x value as 120, what will happen? X is less than 100? No, 120 is not less than 100, so this will be false. If statement is false, then it would go to else statement and print this x is greater than 100. So let's see the output. See the output, x is greater than 100. So I'll take x value as 80 now. Okay, so x less than 100, true. If this is true, what will happen? It will enter the loop and it will print x is less than 100. Okay, it prints x is less than 100 and it will again, okay, I'll make a new line here. As you know, backslash n gives new line. Okay, it will print x is less than 100 and it will check whether x greater than 50 or not. So what is x? 80. 80 greater than 50, true. Okay, this is true and this statement will be printed. What will it print? X is less than 100, new line, x is greater than 50 and less than 100. This will be printed. See, x is less than 100, x is greater than 50 and less than 100. Cool. So what if I take it 30? So it will check if x less than 100, 30 less than 100, true. It will enter the loop. Okay, and it will print x is less than 100 and go to a new line. And if 30 greater than 50, no, false. 30 is not greater than 50. So it will go to else loop and print x is less than 50 as well as 100. Okay, so what will be the output? X is less than 100 and x is less than 50 as well as 100. See, x is less than 50, x is less than 50 as well as 100. Okay, so this is all about nested if else loop. So nothing, first we declare an integer with value that some value. If the condition inside the if statement is true, then it will go into the if loop and gets whatever there is and gets executed whatever there is inside the if loop. If the if loop is false, then it goes to the else loop. Okay, and remember guys, there is only one if and maybe so many else statements. Okay, but in vice versa, ELSE, right? There may be one if statement, but there can be so many else statement. There may be if without else, but there may not be else without if. Okay, so if statement alone can exist, but else without if cannot be existed. Okay, so we cannot write directly else without the if statement. If we take out this and print only else statement, what will happen? See, else without a if. So without if we cannot print else. Okay, so first we need to write if and then we need to write else. So this is all about if else and nested if else loops. So guys, practice more and more to get more mastered in programming. If else loop is very easy. It's very simple. If the condition is true, it will execute the if statement. If the condition is false, it will execute the else statement. That's it. There is nothing more than this. And also, not only the printf statements, we can write any statements here. Okay, so yeah, we can write any we can give any statements here, not only printf. Okay, if possible, I will make a bonus lecture at the end of this section and will show you what else an if else statement can do. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.